if you don't need to be rushing while you're at the hardware store like we were this morning trying to translate things in French.
And even if you're not in Evian, it's quite expensive.
So hopefully 20 euros is your optimal sampling cost. The basic idea here is that you want to get an integrated sample from the surface of the water down to your thermocline. And
Stratified lake.
Yeah.
in a stratified lake, exactly. So the idea is it's something like a straw in which you buy plastic tubing, such as this. I would highly recommend that you get a wider diameter than we did, but this was just the easiest that we could at the time. The idea is that at one end you have a gasket with a hose clamp. You tighten that up. This allows you to then buy a cap and to be able to seal that on, such as this, to create a watertight seal. You can also use a rubber stopper if that's easier. I've used both and both work great. And it's usually good to have 2 rubber stoppers because this will fall over the side of the boat. This particular model is a 5-meter model. What we did is we bought a 1-kilo doorstop. You could buy any type of weight here as long as it's able to be heavy enough that when you drop it down to the bottom of the lake that this becomes straight. This end at the bottom is open, it doesn't have a cap on it. And I've attached it with 2 hose clamps and a lot of zip ties, so it should work fairly well. And again, you can come up here and please play around with all this. So the idea is that you drop this down the bottom of your lake, but with the top of it unscrewed, so the top of it's open. It's like a straw, if you've ever played with this. So this goes down to the bottom of the lake. Whoop. Here we go, we're sampling. This goes down. And let's pretend that that's going straight down. You get to the right depth. I've marked this off in meter intervals. So all the way here, this is 5 meters right here. So you lower it down, let's say that's the surface of the lake right there. You screw on the top. Alright, so now you've got, because of the vacuum that this creates and the pressure, this is now a completely integrated sample all the way down. And there's 2 ways. One, if you have a really shallow lake, you can just pull this up. Alternatively, sometimes it's helpful if it's really deep to use the rope to pull it up from the bottom. And then you have your volume of water. And what we do is then you've got your water, you unscrew this and you pour it into your bucket. I usually do a small rinse into your bucket. And then you pour it out and then you empty the entire contents in your bucket and it's a homogenized integrated tube sample. A lot of you are shaking your heads, a lot of you have used these before. Miriam, any comments to add that I forgot? Super simple. We call this the anaconda because occasionally you get stuck and there's rope everywhere and it can be a little challenging, but it works great and it's quick and dirty. So, do it yourself. And feel free to take this apart and put this together. Again, it doesn't matter what your weight is, that's just what we found this morning. So,
Okay, thank you very much. So that's what we're gonna try tomorrow.